I was on and then I got kicked out, so I think I'm back unofficially.
The technical difficulties of Zoom.
And user technical difficulties.
I think I'm going to try to make a background that says, I believe you're on mute.
Madam Chair, we are now live.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Finance and Government Operations Committee of the City Council. I call this meeting to order. Today is March 8th, 2021. All committee members are present except for Councillor Harris, who is excused for this meeting. We are operating via Zoom. Today's meeting is remote or online, where all participants will be on video or audio conference. We're holding this meeting remotely so that everyone can participate safely while we're conducting business under a public health emergency. We appreciate your patience as FGO meetings are conducted this way. Members of the public were given the opportunity to address the committee with either live or written comments, but I understand there were none submitted for today's meeting. Members of the public, city staff, and the media have the ability to view this meeting live through YouTube and Zoom webinar. The live stream can be accessed from most smartphones, tablets, or computers. For those watching on the live stream, thank you for joining us. We will now move on to agenda item A, EC 263. EC 263 is the approval of a professional service agreement with Bumali Consulting, Party Limited, to commission art on exhibit at the Albuquerque Biopark. I move approval.
Second.
I see a second from Councillor Sena and Councillor Pena. Thank you so much. And do the councillors have any questions, or we can hear from administration? I see Mr. Gibson. Director, do you want to go ahead and thank you for joining us? Do you want to share anything?
We did our best to update all council members on this professional services agreement, but I stand for any questions.
All right, councillors. All right, we'll go for a vote. Missy Nojos.
Councillor Borrego.
Yes.
Councillor Pena.
Yes.
Thank you. Councillor Sena.
Yes.
Councillor Bassan.
Yes.
That passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you so much. We'll now move on to agenda item B, EC 268, Goal 8, Objective 7, Energy and Sustainability Goals. I move a receipt be noted. I see a Councillor Sena for a second. Thank you so much. Any questions, councillors? Okay, we'll go for a vote on that, Ms. Hinojos.
Councillor Borrego.
Yes.
Councillor Pena.
Yes.
Councillor Sena.
Yes.
Councillor Bassan.
Yes.
Passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you. Agenda item C is EC 271, Mayor's recommendation of award to Embodied Spirit Therapies for on-site mindfulness-based stress reduction employee program. I move approval.
Second.
All right, Councillor Pena with a second. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments, councillors? Go ahead, Councillor.
Madam Chair, just a question. I'm supportive of this, but I was just interested in learning a little bit more about, this seems to be a little bit outside the box, which I think it's really an interesting concept in terms of, people's mental health. So anybody here can just tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Mr. Seiss, Mr. Romero.
Hi, councillors, Madam Chair. Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to go out there and say, as we do with all of our programs, now that we've become self-funded, some of our cost drivers are very important. And some of our cost drivers being like hypertension, diabetes, coronary artery disease. All of these diseases have modifiable risk factors. Some of those risk factors being stress, anxiety, smoking, the inability to sleep. That's where the mindful-based stress reduction comes in. We've found out that stress, anxiety, it's really a comorbid condition with all of our cost drivers out there. this provides, and to be honest with you, I was really surprised when we launched this program a couple of years ago, but our first responders really picked up on this. We found that being able to address stress and anxiety really gave them the bandwidth or the mental bandwidth to address some of their chronic conditions out there. So this is really beneficial, and it supports some of our better health programs as well. Once again, a 3-tier effort: stopping smoking, better nutrition, more physical activity. With those 3 modifiable risk factors right there, we address a lot of our cost drivers. You put this alongside that really compartmentalizes everything in there.
Thank you, Mr. Seiss. Director, did you want to say anything or add anything to that?
No, I think Mark did an excellent job, Councillor Bassan. And that's all. If we have any other questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Councillor Pena, is that?
That's fine. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Seiss. Thank you, Director.
Thank you, councilors. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Councillor
Madam
Borrego?
Chair.
I just think it's an excellent idea in light of everything that we've been through in the last year. And I'm sure you're going to see a lot of employees taking advantage of this program. So I very much appreciate it.
Well, like I said, I was really surprised. It's really taken off. And some of the anecdotal feedback that we've received from members is they were just really surprised. You know, some of our better health programs, they felt that it was really engaged to help the city save money. They really felt that these mindful-based stress reduction programs were really gauged to help them individually, to help them excel personally. So it's been a great feedback from everybody.
That's awesome. I'm very excited about it as well. If Ms. Hinojos wants to take a vote, I think we're ready.
Council Borrego,
Yes.
Council Pena,
Yes.
Council Sena,
Yes.
Council Bassan.
Yes.
That passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you. Agenda item D is EC 272, Mayor's recommendation of award to Quest Diagnostics, clinical laboratories for alcohol and drug testing services. I move approval.
Second.
Okay, Councilor Borrego, Councilor Pena for a second. Any questions, councilors? Ms. Hinojos?
Council Borrego,
Yes.
Council Pena,
Yes.
Council Sena.
Yes.
Council Bassan.
Yes.
That passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you so much. Agenda item E is EC 273, Mayor's recommendation of award to Presbyterian Health Plan Incorporated for counseling services, employee assistant program reissue, increase request. I move approval.
Second.
Councilor Pena, thank you for your second. Any questions, councilors? Director Allen, did you want to add in anything there?
Oh, sorry, mine's the next one. I just wanted to make sure you knew I was here.
Awesome. Thank you, Director. Okay, Ms. Hinojos, we'll go ahead and take a vote, please.
Council Borrego,
Yes.
Council Pena,
Yes.
Council Sena,
Yes.
Council Bassan.
Yes.
That passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you. Agenda item F is EC 274, First Amendment to the lease and agreement between the City of Albuquerque and Celco Partnership, DBA Verizon Wireless. I move approval. Councilor Borrego, thank you for the second. Any questions, councilors? And now, Director, anything to add?
Madam Chair, thank you. Nothing to add necessarily. We are excited about this partnership. It's with Verizon, Celico, and American Tower, and it will help us continue to provide agnostic tower services and have someone help manage the tower so that we can provide better self-coverage for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. And seeing no other questions, we'll go ahead and go for a vote. Ms. Hinojos?
Council Borrego,
Yes.
Council Pena,
Yes.
Council Sena,
Yes.
Council Bassan.
Yes.
Passes on a 4-0 vote.
We will now move on to agenda item G is EC 275, approval of the first supplemental agreement to add funding for the FY21 HopeWorks displaced tenant relocation contract due to tenants who, through no fault of their own, are displaced due to substandard housing conditions. I move approval. Councillor Sena, thank you for the second. And any questions, councillors, or comments? Councillor Sena?
Yes, I have a few questions, I guess, just to elaborate on this program, because I think it's a great program and I had a few clarifications, I guess, but I think through reading it, I did get it answered. But if someone from the admin can actually present on this item.
All right, Dr. Pierce, welcome.
Hi, Councillor Bassan and Councillor Sena. Yes, thanks for the question. We have asked for this supplemental funding for this contract. What's happened in the last year is when the Phoenix Apartments, it was shut down because it was not acceptable living there. It displaced tenants. And so for this program, people need to be referred by either COAST, the Safe City Strike Force, criminal nuisance abatement, or code enforcement. And so what can happen is if a family or an individual has to move out because some of this enforcement activity has happened, this fund can give one-time assistance up to about $2,000, and that helps them with a security deposit or move-in assistance to another location. And it could also provide some motel vouchers for families. So this is just to really help people if through one of those other means their living arrangement has been in code violation. I will just say, since you're asking, we had a family just this past week that through code enforcement, it was a situation, the landlord had not paid the utility bill. It was behind a office. I mean, it was just not a good situation. And while we're waiting for the this supplement, because this would be the contract we would go to, we did place this family, an older family member with 2 other adults in our wellness hotel until this contract and the relocation can be available. But that's how this contract is used. And so I hope that helps. Thank you, Councillor Sena and Councillor Bassan.
Councillor Sena, any more follow-up?
Yeah, I think that pretty much answered my question. Thank you, Madam Chair. You know, I guess the clarification was just, you know, how do people get referred to this program? But essentially it was answered, so I appreciate it. Thank you, Director Pierce.
Thank you. Councillor Borrego?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Director Pierce for the work that they do. And I know that HopeWorks does a really great job. And I just had a question. Is the 2-story building that they're building, is that part of HopeWorks on Second? Is that is part of HopeWorks, right?
Yes, Madam President Bassan and Councillor Borrego. Yes, we're very excited about that. That is the single site project that is got multiple funding sources. It's a joint city-county project with MFA funding. And that has been underway. We hope that it'll be complete by late summer. We'll be filled with about 48 residents by the end of the year. And this is permanent supportive housing for individuals with maybe behavioral health concerns or others that need that added support. We're very excited about that project, and that is the 2-story building. It is on HopeWorks campus, and it's just a joint project among many of us. We're very excited about that. Thanks for asking.
Just a follow-up question. Is that frontage going to be on 2nd or on 4th Street? I mean, is the frontage, the actual front of that building, is it on 2nd or on 4th?
Madam President Bassan and Councillor Borrego, I need to double check because I have looked at, let me get back to you on that. I won't venture to guess because I'm not sure. So let me follow up and I'll get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Thank you, councillors. If there's no further questions, we can go ahead and vote on this EC.
Councillor Borrego?
Yes.
Councillor Pena?
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
That passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you. I would like to make a motion for immediate action on this, and I think the director sort of just clarified why, being that there's families currently waiting for exactly what this contract is, the purpose of it.
Second.
Thank you, Counselor Sena, Counselor Pena. Thank you both so much. And Ms. Hinojos?
Counselor Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
That passes on a 4-0 vote.
We will now move on to agenda item H is EC 276, approval of the first supplemental agreement to add monies for FY21 outside council legal services between Kennedy, Moulton and Wells PC and the city of Albuquerque. I move approval. Counselor Borrego, thank you for the second. Any discussion, counselors? Ms. Hinojos?
Counselor Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
That passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you. We're moving right along and we will move on to agenda item I is O49, Counselor Borrego.
Yes, I'd like to move a deferral on this to the June 14th meeting.
Second.
Thank you, Counselor Pena. Ms. Hinojos?
Counselor Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
Passes on a 4-0 vote.
Counselor Borrego, do you want to move on to item J as well, please?
Yes, item J is R122, directing no new changes or actions occur with respect to the La Jornada art installation at the Albuquerque Museum. And I would like to move a deferral on this item until June the 14th.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Pena. Any discussion, counselors, questions? Ms. Hinojos?
Counselor Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
Passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you, Ms. Hinojos. Moving on to item K, it's R131, Counselor Sena.
Thank you, Madam Chair. R131 is a new system standard dwelling. I'm going to move this for a deferral till April 12th FGO meeting.
Second.
Counselor Borrego, Counselor Pena with a second on that. Any questions, counselors? Okay, Ms. Hinojos, we're going real fast today. We are efficient.
Counselor Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
Passes on a 4-0 vote.
Counselor Sena, I believe that you are item L as well, R132.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. R132 is another new substandard dwelling at Sweetwater. I'm going to move this for a deferral until April 12th FGO meeting.
Second.
Thank you, Counselor Pena. Any discussion? Ms. Hinojos?
Counselor Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
Passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you so much. And we are going to move on to our final agenda item, M, is R137, amending the City of Albuquerque Component Capital Implementation Program to include a roadway facilities project, Ventura Street and Holly Avenue Traffic Circle. I move it do pass. Thank you, Counselor Borrego. I see a second there. And any questions, counselors? Oh, Director and Mr. Biazar, you're getting off easy. All right, we'll go ahead and go for a vote, please, Ms. Hinojos.
Counselor, was there an amendment to this in your iPads?
Maybe, oh, good. Thank you for pointing that out.
Madam Chair, I have
Counselor-
it to share on the screen as well if you would like me to.
Yes, that would be great, please. And thank you, Mr. Moya. Thank you for the reminder, Ms. Hinojos, as well. The committee amendment, I'd like to move Amendment 1 to R 21-137 is to delete the attachment 1 to R 21-137 and insert the following attachments 1 and 2. I believe, if I remember correctly, these are the technical changes based off of the different study, but Director Montoya, if there's anything you would like to add.
Madam Chair, nothing to the amendment, but I'm just wondering if you as a sponsor would be willing to ask for immediate action on this, since we are under the gun to get this project moving.
Yes, Director, I will do that. And Councilor Borrego, my apologies. Is that for a second on the amendment?
Yes.
Okay, if there are any, is there any further questions or comments? Okay, if we can go ahead and take the vote on Amendment 1 for R 137, please.
Counselor Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
Amendment number 1 passes on a 4-0 vote.
Great, thank you. So now I will move a do pass as amended to R 137, and we can take a vote on that. Thank you, Councilor Pena, Councilor Borrego. I think I saw all of you do a second. Thank you.
Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
Passes on a 4-0 vote.
Thank you. I would like to make a motion for immediate action on R 137. Councilor Sena, again, we are efficient. Thank you all. Councilor Sena, I saw first for a second, and we can take a vote, please.
Counselor Borrego,
Yes.
Counselor Pena,
Yes.
Counselor Sena,
Yes.
Counselor Bassan.
Yes.
That passes on a 4-0 vote.
Well, counselors, I'm almost wondering if this is a record meeting. I haven't been around for many, many decades, but I'm very proud of our efficiency. If there's no further business, this FGO committee meeting is adjourned. Thank you all so much.